ieltsspeaking.ca. IELTS speaking tips about something you should not do. Sometimes during the IELTS exam, you'll be asked a question that you already answered. A lot of candidates may say something like, "as I said," or "I just mentioned that." However, it's not recommended to do this for several reasons, as I'll state. You may have questions like, where did you like to play when you were a child? Did you often play at a friend's home? And if you responded with an answer like, I usually played in my backyard when I was younger, but sometimes I played in my friend's home. He had an Xbox with a lot of games that we enjoyed playing together. As you noticed, you're answering the second question also, in addition to the current question. So if the examiner asks you the second question, don't say, as I just said, I sometimes played in my friend's home. He had an Xbox and we enjoyed playing with it together. It's not good to answer like this for several reasons. One is you're not demonstrating any new language. You want to show the examiner that you're capable of producing a lot of different language and grammar structures. Also, you're telling the examiner that he wasn't listening to you, when in fact the examiner probably was listening to you. Maybe he or she was paying close attention to your pronunciation or your grammar instead of your meaning. And third, the examiner might actually know you answered the question and may be checking if you have the flexibility to respond in a different way. So ideally, you want to show more language, such as different vocabulary and grammar structures, and you want to give full developed answers. Therefore, instead of saying what is not recommended to do, you can say something like, occasionally I did. One of my friends lived just down the road from me. He had a lot of fun stuff in his home, but I really had a great time playing Xbox with him, especially the game called Forza Motorsport, which has outstanding graphics and gives the feeling of being in a real car race. As you notice, this answer is fully developed and it uses different vocabulary and grammar structures. In addition, alternatively, if you want to let the examiner know that you answered some or all of the question before, you can do this by saying something like, to add further details to what I was just talking about before, or if you'd like me to talk more about visiting my friend's home. These expressions are much better than saying, as I said, or I just mentioned, because the wording is more complex, and you're letting the examiner know that you're ready to show more language. So for an example, you could say, to add further details about what I was just talking about, or to add further details about my occasional visits to my friend's home. Thank you for watching.